Hey guys, what's up? I want to record something today. My one of my coaches for JiuJitsu, his name is Coach Joe. He likes to film stuff. He likes to have like philosophical talks and stuff like that. And I wanted to give my try at it. Today was my first day back to JiuJitsu in about 11 months. It's a really, really long time to not be training or not do any physical activity. I just want to talk about why jiu-jitsu is so good for people. It's, for me, I think it's the freedom of it. You could have a bad day at work, a rough day at school. You could have kids. You could have family issues, anything like that. And when you go to jiu-jitsu, it's so different because you're not thinking about those things. It's a life and death situation, really. When you look at it, you're not worrying about work, you're not worrying about kids, you're not worrying about bills, anything like that. You're worried about not getting your arm ripped off, not being choked unconscious. That's all that matters, in that moment, is that you're focused on those things alone, and everything else just kind of fades away, and you don't really, worry about it. It's so freeing, just not having to worry about all that stuff, and being on the mat definitely, does that for you. You're so in the moment. You're worrying about your next move. What's your opponent gonna do? What's he thinking? It's free. It's so freeing to be able to do that. There's a saying that there's more philosophy on jiu-jitsu mats than all the textbooks in the world, and I think that's true. These people really become your family. You train hard, you beat each other up. Like, I have some marks, on my face, your knees, the bruises, but you're so close to these people because of stuff like that, that the different things that come up on the jiu-jitsu mat, we talk about so many different things. When you're just sitting there, you talk about philosophy, you talk about all these different ideas. Like today, Al and Liz were talking about quantum physics. We have all this mat space, but yet everyone occupies this small little 10-foot space where everyone has to be near each other when you have all this open mat space. And Al made a funny joke. He goes, it's quantum physics. Everyone has, every object has to be close to each other. We talk about everything from that to religion. The politics come up sometimes. It's, I don't know what it is about it, just that when you're in these moments and you're struggling and you're literally fighting not to have your arm ripped off or to be choked unconscious, and when that's all said and done and you're sitting there, all these different thoughts, they just come to you. You start thinking about all these different things. You look at things a different way. I think jiu-jitsu is great for everyone. I think everybody should do jiu-jitsu because you go through a lot of adversity every day. You get, no matter how good you are, there's always someone who beats you. And, when you get beat every day, you get humbled really quickly. You can be the toughest guy in the world, and you get tapped over and over and over and over and over again, and you just get real humble. And it's healthier, I think, for people to be like that, to be, that humble. It's just like you go through all this adversity every day. You're going to go on the mats. Someone is better than you. I was watching my friend Matt. He was rolling today, and he was going up against brown belt in his last round of rolling. And he shook his head. He goes, I know I'm going to get beat. I know, I'm going to get smashed. And then he still had to go in and finish that last round. and to be put through that type of adversity, I think it's good for people. You're put in uncomfortable situations all the time in jiu-jitsu, and you have to just suck it up. You have to work your way out of it. You have to just find a way to get out of that position. And if you ask a normal person, what's the most uncomfortable thing you've ever done? People are gonna say, oh, speaking in front of a room of people, a new job interview, all these things. You ask someone who does jiu-jitsu, what's the most uncomfortable thing ever? They're gonna tell you, knee on belly, bow and arrow choke, anything like that. Because these are uncomfortable things, and it's gonna happen to you. And you just got to get through it. There's no running away from it. There's no getting out of it. You just have to make it happen. And I think that makes everybody tougher mentally. And I think it's so healthy for you, to be able to face these adversities on the mat, and knowing you're gonna lose, or knowing all these things that are gonna happen, and just trying to find a way to overcome them and get better every day. I just, Coach Joe is always telling me to make a video and talk about these things sometimes, so I figured today would be a good time to talk about it. It was my first day back, like I said, in 11 months of doing jiu-jitsu. I was really, really out of shape. I think I threw up after practice. I had to run to the bathroom to go throw up, which was pretty funny. But one of the things that I noticed today, instead of pushing myself for me, I actually did it for other people. Like, I was sitting there up against the wall, and I was so tired, and I knew there was another round to go, and one of my training partners is just sitting there because I'm sitting on the wall trying to catch my breath, and I said, you know what, you got to suck this up. If not for you, for your training partner, because these are reps that he's going to miss. This is time, he's not going to get back. And so I just had to suck it up and push myself, for my teammates, because I look at them, all as family, and I don't want one of my family members to, miss out on something that can make them better because I'm sucking wind on the sideline. So that's just my thoughts, on jiu-jitsu and why I think everybody should do jiu-jitsu, and why it's good for everybody. I might post some more of these, from time to time, maybe some footage from rolling and stuff like that. So stay tuned, and I'll see if I can get another one out to you guys. And thanks for listening.